Hey guys and gals, JH, welcome to Practice Tee. I'm back. I'm recovering, guys. I'm certainly not 100%, but I'm well on the way to a recovery, I think. I just had to get out today and do something. I mean, I've virtually been going stir crazy. But in being off the scene, guys, what I mentioned in the last video about visualizing and imagery is so important. I've just been every day for 40 minutes. I just image, see my golf swing, feel my golf swing, taste my golf swing, as the great Mo Norman used to say. And guys, I do. I mean, I know now that I can step up any time now, after any break, any time, and I'll have exactly the same golf swing as I had the last swing that I made, whenever that was. I've got my golf swing now. It's trapped. I own it, because I've got this infallible mental routine now. And it is what Yogi termed the infallible mental routine. Guys, we all think about really committing ourselves to something and really concentrating on something and really being studious in picking up on something. But really, I got to tell you, we don't even get close most of the time. To achieve the level that you have to get into a Count Yogi type situation or a Mo Norman type situation where the swing is replicated every time, you really have to have a huge amount of commitment. You have to compartmentalize your thinking so that you get this golf swing in the brain and that's all you see. And everything else around you is completely eliminated and obliterated from coming in and infecting. Now guys, it's very simplistic in the actual explanation and suggestion of terminology, and that is you have to really concentrate on what you want to achieve. I mean, that's as simplistic as I can put it, but I've been putting in that concentration, and guys, it's just paid dividends. I mean, I now own my golf swing. I could never lose my golf swing. As long as I continue to play golf, I will have this golf swing because it's in there, and I reinforce it, and I re-establish the embedding of it every day. I say I haven't been out here, guys, haven't hit a ball, got a 5-iron here, but I'll be able to step up here and just smash this golf ball. Now I'm seeing up there my target, which I always do, and I'll be able to hammer the ball. Now guys, the reason I wanted to do today's video specifically is that I want to term this and title this video the last 10% of channel lock. Guys, I'm going to be coughing and spluttering still, but nowhere near as bad as I have been. This is basically the last portion of the golf swing, guys. It's the last 10%. And it's the last 10%, but it's the most important 10%. Because this 10% that I'm going to talk about now, or the last portion, will give you the opportunity of producing this golf swing every time you want to produce it. Now guys, what channel lock is, as an overview, is a golf swing that revolves around being shut to shut. It's different to other golf swings. We don't want to have any lead side rotation. We'll get a little bit of that through momentum, but we don't want to have any deliberate intention to do that. We don't want to have any spin factor. As a matter of fact, if we could actually structure ourselves where we actually got in that position and we stayed there when we hit it and just fired the arms past that body in that position, which is what I call shut to shut, that's channel lock golf swing. Channel lock swing is a shut to shut golf swing. We want to eliminate rotation, and we want to keep our shoulders and our hips closed and our delivery attack closed to the line of flight. Because that's what we want to do all the time. We want to start the ball in the same direction every time. And you can't do that unless you've got an into-out path going all the time. And you can't do that unless you've got an into-out path structure of the body to enable that to happen. So simplistically and overviewing it, what I'm saying that channel lock is this type of golf swing. We want to feel here at address, and we want to feel here at impact. If you can cultivate this feeling, there, free arms past a recalcitrant body that doesn't want to move, it just wants to stay there. No matter what you feel in terms of rotation, it doesn't want to go there. It doesn't want to rotate. It wants to stay there. It will. At the end of the swing, it'll move through momentum and orbital velocity. That'll happen. But we don't want to instigate any of that. We want to feel like we are shut to shut all the time. Now, in conjunction with that, the structure of the golf swing is such that being shut to shut, it's a dominant side golf swing underneath the lead side. Now, the dominant side is usually the back side, whether you're right-handed or left-handed. It's the back side of the body, the trail side. Now, we want to make sure that that trail side, excuse me, guys, that trail side is always under that lead side. The lead side, and I spoke to Bill Phillips a week or so ago about the importance of getting the lead side up and in a dominant position, and the trail side underneath that. And having it underneath, guys, is just that. This is up, that side is proud and sitting up. It's high. The trail side is not. The trail side is underneath the lead side. It's here, it's underneath it. We're moving in here. This is how we should always approach getting into into the channel lock setup. We always come in from underneath. We never come in from over the top, which I mentioned to Bill a week ago, and I think he's actually done a video as a follow-up to that. We've got to get the trail side coming underneath the lead side, guys, all the time. And you want to feel in the golf swing that it's always underneath the lead side when you hit, and that this trail side and this trail leg is inside that lead leg if you can possibly get it to do that. If you can get it to do that, that's great. That will depend on hip extensor flexibility and that type of stuff. But essentially, guys, it's a trail side golf swing underneath the lead side, and we've got to put ourselves in that position, and we've got to feel that type of process and structure in the golf swing. In that when we hit it, if we can just feel this in our golf swing, if you can actually cultivate that feeling, guys, if you can cultivate that feeling, now that'll feel like this is all stalled up and it's not going anywhere. And it won't do that in the golf swing because there's too much velocity to allow that to happen. But that is the intentional feel that you want to have. You want to have that feeling. You want to get as much of that feeling as you possibly can. And that's really the last 10% of channel lock. If you can cultivate going forward the feeling in your golf swing, in your channel lock golf swing, that it does this every time and nothing else, that's the thing that will stick to you forever. It's what I call the binding cement of the channel lock protocols. This is what cements it all together. This is the glue of the channel lock protocols. This is what cements it all together, keeps it in place. So guys, we just need to cultivate this feeling. Need to get in here, need to cultivate this. Now see how the legs are staying flexed. If you can keep the trail foot down, that's optimum. Now guys, see how easy that swing is? That's just like, it's just all arms. It's like Bob Cunningham. Bob Cunningham says, monkey do. Swing your arms like a monkey. Bill Phillips might have said it. And that's all it is, guys. We have this free arm action going past a non-contributing body. This is where the speed comes in the golf swing. The body is a stabilizer. Now, I've said that a million times over the years with just general golf swing. It's a stabilizer and it responds. And what Bill Phillips said the other day, where the golf club, the momentum of the golf club creates the body movement and the positioning of the body, I've said that my whole life. And I totally agree with what he says. Shouldn't be trying to get the body to do anything other than be a responder. Once this gets going, the body will respond to it. I'm struggling, guys, with this, with my throat. So this is it, guys. We just want to get in that back position here. Well, guys, I mean, I haven't hit any shots. I mean, that's just blistered. Absolutely blistered. And it's right in the centre of the golf club. And there's no wind here today. It's just perfect conditions. Probably the most perfect condition I've ever had on the JH practice tee. No wind at all. Just absolutely sublime. And they're just going out exactly where I want them to go. Hardly any movement. Now, one of the other things that I want to reiterate, and channel lock, guys, and it's been coming up a little bit lately, is that channel lock is an in-to-out golf swing. There's our target line there. We swing the golf club across the target line. We fire it on our body line, which is closed, which means the club is going to be coming from into out across the target line. We never ever want to swing the club down the target line towards the target. The only commitment we want to the target is releasing the face of the golf club to the target. So as we fire the golf club out there, we rotate the face to the target. The club goes out there, the target's over here, the club face at impact rotates to the target. The arms go out there with the shaft and there, but the club face rotates to the target. Guys, it has to rotate to the target, otherwise the ball can't get to the target. If you're playing channel lock and you're just hitting the ball as a right-handed person, just to the right of the target all the time, just pushing it out there, the club face is open. You've just got to shut the club face down more at impact, or shut it down a little bit more at address. That's the reality. The ball will go where the club face is pointing, contrary to popular belief. If I want to hit the ball to the right of my target, I just open the club face. It's that simplistic, guys. So yeah, the arms and the shaft and the grip go out there, but the club face rotates to the target. It's that direction for everything other than the club face. The club face is going there. So it's here. And you've got to be pretty aggressive to do that, guys. Because the velocity of the golf swing will want to keep the toe back and keep the golf club open. All right, what do we hit? 3 shots. This is the 4th shot. And this is that dead cold swing, guys. This imagery. See how my feet are down? This is what I want to cultivate now in this golf swing. You don't need to drive your feet. You don't need to drive your hips or your pelvis. You just need to swing your arms with closed shoulders. That's all you need to do. Now guys, there's so much zip on that. And there's no movement on the ball. The ball is just going ballistically straight. It's just amazing. It's going ballistically straight. And I'm just not in a state of really good health or strength at the moment, but I don't have to be, because I just want to get my arms swinging freely. And I've got this picture in my mind, the mental imaging now, the infallible mental routine. It just doesn't get any better than that. And I knew before I came out today, the same as I did the other day when I was still ill and I did that video, I knew that the first shot I would hit would be perfect. And it is. The only thing that'll ever change in the golf swing is it might be under-timed or over-timed a little bit, and the ball might just go up and down the face a little bit. But structurally, it'll always be the same. And we all do that. Nobody can time the club perfectly every time. And guys, these are 5-irons, and they're just like hitting wedges. It's just so easy. And I'm hitting out of the cow paddock today because it's a holiday here in my state today, and the range is full down there. But I wanted to get up here. Okay, JH, really commit to shut, feet down. They're what Norman would call frozen rope. They just don't move. They do not move. All right, let's see if I can make a slightly bigger backswing. See, the contact is always clean, guys. It's always clean. Bit of wind up now, left to right. Very rare you come to the JH practice here with no wind. All right, come on, JH. See, I'm not having any trouble now, guys, keeping my feet down at all. Not at all. I hope you can see what I'm trying to illustrate, and that is that it's just a free arm swing, guys. Not trying to do anything other than swing my arms freely past a resisting body. And the more you can keep your trail hip back and your trail foot down and weight in the trail heel, the more you'll isolate the body. The body will not want to fire. It just won't want to do that. Mental imagery, JH, come on. And the only other thing you have to put into any of this now, guys, is just a bit of timing. Just try and get your timing value up more in the golf swing. Really nice tempo. Like that. Just hitting a few shots, guys, because I haven't hit any for a while. That feels fantastic. So it's a nice tempo. That's about 20% more add to the golf swing than I want to put in there. Add, and that's sort of little, what I call jump. That's a little bit of jump in there, but I mean, it's still perfectly hit, but I don't want to have that much jump. I want to have just more just drop and flop. Like that. See how clean the hit is, guys. It's just so clean. I'm hitting a few shots, guys, because I haven't been out. And boy, it's good to get out. It's good to get out. I'd see if we can do perfect. Every one of those shots is going, when I hit shots here, guys, even though I look like I'm doing the same thing, I'm always targeting. You know, there's a couple of trees up here and I'll say a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left. I never just hit a shot for the sake of hitting it. And that's what I'm saying to guys, when you practice, guys, and again, going over old ground, when you practice, guys, practice like you play. Even to the extent that every shot you hit, it's a different place. And you even put the club back in the bag and pull it out. And only try and hit 2 or 3 shots with the same club. Change clubs, change targets, change position. I can't do that because of the camera here. But what I do is I orientate to the target. Okay, last shot with this. Just take this just a little bit to the right. A little bit of a, what I call a suck back draw. Like that, wow. And look where I am here, guys, look at this. Lead shoulder still high. And I'm back on that trail axis. That's one of the important things with channel lock, guys. Just little points that I want to sort of reiterate and to reinforce. And that is that it's a trail side axis golf swing, guys. We swing away from that trail side axis. We don't get away, we don't drive that trail axis, and we don't drive that trail shoulder fulcrum. We want to keep those back and just fire everything away from them. Okay, last shot. Last shot. It's just fantastic for the brain, guys, to see the ball going the same place all the time. with the same flight. There's no surprises. No surprise. Come on. Saw the club hit the ball then. What I think I saw the club hit the ball. And when I do that, the ball is there, then it's gone, and where it used to be is a black spot, a dark black spot, and that black spot just dissipates. Because my focus is so much on that position, you actually can't see the club hit the ball because it's going too quick. But my focus is on that. And guys, the other thing is, I'm playing from very much a trail foot back. I'm leaning into that trail axis. I want to turn into that trail axis and I want to stay in that trail axis. So I'm someone that brings that trail foot back. So I'm shut to shut to shut. Okay. Just thinking about little things as I go along. Okay, last shot, Joe, to make it the best shot. And it was. Wow. Well, slightest of push. Face was just a little bit of water on the club. Just a little, 4-yard push. But, it just would have been 4 or 5 yards to the right of the target. And that's the worst you'll get. A little bit of water on the ball, just a little bit of squirt. I just hit a couple of drivers, guys. Haven't hit any drivers for ages. Now, the great thing about channel lock, guys, is that I could just hop up with the driver, have exactly the same thought process as I had with that 5-iron, and it will go the same. Everything's the same. The process is the same. Now, guys. If you said to Mo Norman, what's the difference between that shot there, Mo, with the driver and the and the 5-iron? It's probably 80 yards, 100 yards. That's the difference. Swing's no difference, just the distance the ball goes because the club is a longer hitting golf club. Come on. See, I'm back here, guys. Gee, that's a good shot. I've got no strength today, but I'm going to try and hit this one with a little bit of zip. A little bit of zip. Now, to have more zip, guys, I've got to stay back here more. Really far from behind the baseline. Because there'll be a tendency for the extra velocity to want to pull you forward. So you've got to really work on staying further back. It's nice, I like it. Enjoying this. Just a bit of a practice session for me, guys. Come on, Jace, give it a bit. Real hit. Really see it hit. Wow, power draw. Hard power draw. Because I stayed way back. Stayed way back, guys. One more. There's a tree up here, see if I can just... I've just been firing it to the right of that tree in the out of bounds fence. I'll fire this over the tree. Tree's about 25 feet wide, about 50 feet high. Now, guys, straight over it. Straight over it. Ooh. It's not that far to carry. It's about 100 and... Oh, it's not even that far. But, you know, that's flying it by 60 in the air. But it just went where I wanted it to go. Last shot. Come on, James. How solid can you hit it? That's solid. Okay guys, when I want to hit it harder, all I do is stabilise the body more and swing the arms faster. Just see what the sun's like, and I might I'll just check with the camera. I'll hit some shots down range here. The nice blue sky, we might be able to see some good ball flow if the sun's okay. Okay guys, so that's the last 10%. We just got to feel like this is our golf swing. Everything's behind us here. Here. Everything's behind us. My old mate Martin Ayres used to talk about everything's behind you. But he had a conventional golf swing, forward ball position. This is the same terminology. We swing from behind ourselves, but we attack a way back, almost behind ourselves ball position. Okay guys, I hope some of that information will help you. I'll be back on the practice tee probably this week, midweek, and we'll just do reinforcing, you know, and just some new structural applications of the golf swing. Just reinforce, re-embed. Okay guys, I'll have a look at the weather and the sun, and if I can hit some shots down. Look how blue the sky is. We don't get that here very often, so I'll try and hit some shots. If not, I'll see you during the week.